Fire Knight here, and today I'm joining you with another Pokemon battle. And if my voice doesn't sound as normally cheery as it is, it's because I actually have a sore throat. But whatever, that won't stop me from recording. Yeah, it will never stop me. Before I actually begin this battle, I want to talk to you about something that's actually been going on in my life right now. So if you really don't care, or if you already know what's happened, then I'll annotate above, or not above, but like I'll annotate in the video where to skip to, or just a link to skip to part. Okay, so basically, do you guys know what really sucks? Vampires and Legions. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so it sucks when you do all the hard work, and then because someone else is in your group, they get all of, like, the credit for it, and they're all like, lol, now I have like the highest grade because of you. Ha ha ha. Well, not the highest, but like I have a high grade. So basically, this is what happened. Like, this happened a long time ago, but we got report cards pretty recently, and it's actually affected my grade because of it's called what happened. Like, usually I'm actually really good at language. This is about my language, and I'm really good at language and math. But because of this, now I have a lower grade in language. I know I sound like some sort of nerd, like, oh no, I didn't get an A plus. No, it's terrible. I mean, I still got an A, but I didn't get an A plus. Yeah, so whatever. But still. So basically, what happened is that we had a debating project. Well, not a project, but like we had debating. So we started debating, and I wasn't here on the day where we selected our groups. So I had to be paired up with a group and be in a group of 3 instead of 2. So I was fine with this. I'm like, okay, sure. So I filled in like my application for what I wanted to do for the debating thing, and I was put with 2 people that wanted to do the same thing as me, which was why video games are bad. Now I actually wanted to apply for why video games are good, but someone got that instead. So it's like a 3-on-3 like debate. So now I'm like fine. I'm like okay. First of all, I don't want to mention any names in this, so I'm just gonna say person B, because I'm person A, or I'll just call person A. So I'm with person A and B, so okay, fine with me. Now, so I want to get a good mark in this because, like, why wouldn't you want to get a good mark? So what happens is I start like doing my work, and we're like I start doing my work, and then the other 2 people, they start complaining like, oh no, the internet isn't working and stuff like that. Like, they keep making excuses. I'm just like, what? Okay, sure, fine. The internet isn't working. Have you ever heard of, I don't know, Notepad or like WordPad and a book? Jeez, like, work around that instead of just playing games, because all they were doing is just playing games while I did all the work. So, okay, this was just the first day, so fine. I did some of the work, and they just were playing games. Okay, fine by me. Then the next day, same thing happens. And after progressively after a week, one of the people, let's say person B, he actually started to start doing work and stop making excuses. Okay, great. But person A is still like, oh no, the internet isn't working, even though we were all like sharing an Ethernet cable, like, because the internet wasn't working for anyone, so we were using like an Ethernet cable to log on to Docs and then copy our information and then put it in Word. But like, this guy doesn't care. He's just like, no, I don't really care. I'm just gonna let you guys do the work. So then again, he just starts playing games, and then we have to do all the work. Okay, sure. And so I have all these lists and facts why video games are bad. And you know what person A put in? Like, one simple fact. It was like, why video games are good, because we also counter that, so that's why we also had why video games are good. One thing for that. One link. No. That's just terrible. Didn't put anything in. All he just put in was one link. Awful. Completely awful. Okay. I'm still not mad. I'm just like, fine. You know what? Don't do your work. And I'm just saying this, and then he's like mad at me, like, I can't do my work because of this. I'm like, okay, if you can't do your work on the internet, stop playing games. Think of a solution. There are tons of solutions. I don't know, pick up a book somewhere. Jeez, does this guy not know anything? I mean, like, people are used to him handing things late over and over and not doing his work. And he's always complaining like, oh, I have too much work to do and stuff. But he's just like busy making some weird like inventions, like some kind of failing bridge or like splitting up hydrogen molecules from like water or something like that. I don't know. He's always doing that instead of actually doing his schoolwork. I mean, those are things because like it'll help you in life, but don't do those things unless you finish your schoolwork. But whatever. And just playing games, like, because what happened was we all found GTA 4, so like now we're just playing GTA 4. Well, I'm not playing GTA 4. I don't have it because I don't really want to get distracted. So I don't I didn't ask anyone to give it to me, or I didn't download it or anything like that. But like this guy's just playing GTA 4 on his laptop, and we're doing all the work. He's making excuses like the internet doesn't work or the laptop is too slow. Look, if your laptop's too slow, why are you playing GTA 4 on it? That takes more RAM than a freaking Drive document, or just going on the internet and typing in why video games are bad or why video games are good. Jeez, do you not know anything? Okay, so now, like, my rage levels are, like, medium. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, do some work. But this guy still doesn't do work. So finally, it's the day where we present our debates and like debate. So what happens is I'm like, okay, did you even prepare a script? And he's like, I don't need a script. What? The first thing in the debate is you have two speakers, which both have constructed speeches. You know what that is? A script. What? And then like, so since we had three people, one of us was a rebuttal. So like we had one speaker, two speaker, and a rebuttal. Usually speaker number 2 is the rebuttal. But whatever. Like, it was just so stupid. So this guy doesn't even prepare a script, let alone do any work. Like, he added 2 points. Like, we had several points on why video games are good, why video games are bad. He had 2 points and a link. Oh my god. And then I think he actually did do some research, but he didn't clear it up with us, so we didn't know what other links he might have used. So what happened was, during our debate, our opponents mentioned a link, and I was like, how do you know this link is trustworthy? And then because this idiot doesn't clear up anything with me, he used the same link. Man, do you know how embarrassing that was? Jeez, like, so stupid. Because of this kid, now I have, like, I have an A instead of an A+. Jeez, some people. Anyways, so what happens is that we both have our constructed speech. He's not that bad at his speech. All he did was put what he was supposed to talk about. Like, he just put 3 things. He didn't have a speech at all. All he did was talk about them and kept stuttering and stuttering. Okay, fine. That happens during debates. But our opponents did the same thing, like one of their opponents. But do you know what happens when we get our marks? You know what happens? I'm like, okay, I probably got an A+, because the teacher even said, like, Ultra, you're really good at this stuff, and then you're really good at talking. So I'm like, okay, I probably got an A+ on it. No biggie. Like, I'm used to getting those things for language, because usually I get a high mark in language and math, as I said before. But when I see my mark, I'm like, what? I got an 86? Sure. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, we won the debate because, like, we had better facts and we were able to counter their facts more. And, oh my goodness, like, I was telling my mark, I got the highest out of everyone in, like, our debate, and I got an 86. So I was like, wow, that's weird. And then, like, so many people also got low marks. And then the funny thing is, the people who actually prepared more got lower marks versus the people who prepared less. Like, listen to this. Do you know what that kid, person A, the guy who did absolutely no work, unlike person B who actually did half of their work, but person A, he got an 82. What? Excuse me? He got a higher mark than the other, like, 3 people in our opposing, the opposing people. Even though their argument, like, most of the people who said these things, like, because there was 3 of them, so 2 of them, they were much better than person A. Like, that just makes no sense, because our grades were not supposed to be like graded like based on whether we won or lost. I mean, like, it does affect it somewhat because then it proves that we had less facts or something. But we're supposed to be graded on our individual skill at debating. But somehow, even though this guy does no work, doesn't rehearse his script, doesn't even make a script, and he just stutters the entire time and is somewhat easily countered. And he gets an 82. He doesn't ask any questions. I mean, but he's pretty good at answering the questions that they did ask. But in fact, he got a level 4 in that, and I agree with that. He was actually really good at that. But still, the other things were absolutely terrible. And he got an 82. Oh my goodness, that makes no sense at all. What? And I'm just sitting there like, how? And the funny thing is, if I didn't have to keep on doing research because we didn't have enough facts for the both of us, since he didn't do any work, I would have easily been able to make my speech better and probably got a better mark. And also, like, worked a little bit on, like, countering what they would say instead of having to focus on everything he did. Oh my goodness, like, it was just so annoying. This guy. But whatever. It's been a long time, and because of him, I didn't get an A+ in language. I actually got an 89, which is the sad part. Because if I had even gotten 1 mark, probably more, I would have probably gotten an A+. It sucks a lot. Because debating was a huge part of our language mark. Anyways, it doesn't matter now. Whatever. Let's just hop straight into the battle. And I'm too depressed to probably even, like, narrate this battle well. But whatever, let's just do it. So I'm actually using my Safeguard Kang team, and I made this team actually in like 10 minutes flat, and it's so good. I mean, now I replaced Dusclops with Chinchino, but I have a few battles recorded with that and replaced. So watch this. So I send out my big boy and my brand, and he sends out his Aegislash and the Skarmory. It's weird seeing Skarmory in double battles, but hey, new strategy is pretty cool. So I Mega Evolve into Mega Kangaskhan and go for the Fake Out on Skarmory, because whatever Skarmory does, I don't want it to do. I go for the Safeguard, obviously, and Skarmory flinches, like, obviously, and then he goes for the Sword Dance. I'm saying obviously way too much. So now I Swagger up and Power Up Punch, and the funny thing is here, I actually live this Shadow Sneak with 1% in health, and I wasn't using a Focus Sash. I was actually using lefties. As you can see, I get the lefties heal at the end of the turn. Yep. And he goes for the spikes, which is weird because in double battles you usually don't set up anything. So I go for the Paralyze because, well, why not? And a return on a Skarmory. And you guys know how bulky Skarmory is, but that doesn't even matter. Jeez, Mega Kangaskhan at ×3 attack is way too powerful. So now he goes into his own Noivern, and he actually goes for the King Shield. But predicting this, I go for the Flare Blitz Brave Bird on his Noivern, and he goes for the Boom Burst, which is surprising because I've never actually seen Boom Burst on a Noivern. It was kind of weird, because, like, I mean, sure, it's powerful at 140 power, which is more base power than Draco Meteor, but it doesn't have stab, so I usually see it on Explodes. But still, that is a lot of damage. So I go for Sucker Punch and an Aegislash by spamming it, obviously. And it only needs to hit once to destroy that thing, even though it's in defense form. Oh, defense form, what is this, Yu-Gi-Oh? No, shield form. And I protect with my Talonflame because I'm thinking he probably went for, like, Sucker Punch or something, so I try to predict that. But he went for Earthquake, which is an odd choice on Kangaskhan. He doesn't even fake out, like, by Mega Evolving or anything. Or, like, whatever. Like, oh yeah, I was predicting his Fake Out, I remember. Yeah, I was predicting his Fake Out on the Talonflame, so that's why I went for Protect. But he doesn't Mega Evolve or anything. I'm like, what? He must have misclicked or something happened, but I don't know, whatever. He didn't Mega Evolve, which is kind of weird. But whatever, I won the battle, so that was a nice battle, CSizzy. And thanks for watching, everyone, and bye.